So we've got this Marantz CD player here that has a nice little knob on the front, on the tray. So I can only assume, that we have the typical work on cog loading gear on here. So what I'll do, show you how to change it. So I'm assuming the only way that'll open is if you pull it. Yeah, it doesn't really. It's not really a solution, whoever's done that. So let's get it open and see what's going on. So on the rear we have these little torque screws instead, which Phillips always used to love for some reason on their gear. Pop the lid off. So you find this on a lot of these mechs from Phillips over the years that have fitted in things like Marantz and micrometers and so on. Where this particular one here has lost all its teeth, but I've seen them where they split in half, where they've just crumbled. So we basically take that out and change it for another one. So the simplest way to do it is to remove all these little torque screws from along the top. And just flip the machine over and remove these two here. Again, torque screws, just to make life a little bit more annoying. Oops. And what you'll be able to do, push the tray slightly open with your fingers, and then just bend, release the clips there and bend the front panel away. You just feel it start to come away as such. You don't need to take it totally off, and just continue to pull the tray. So then you need to remove this here, which is on a spring. That piece there goes onto a spring, which is just there. You should then be able to slide out your tray. Once it gets to there, it should just fall off, nice and simple. And all you want to do is bend this tab here, and the whole thing pulls out. And what you can probably see on there, they've all worn, but as I said, these are really brittle. In fact, look how easy that was. They usually end up where they're split or there's parts broken off, and very common fault on these machines. But the parts are cheap to fix them. Replacement gear is about £6 or £7. There's your replacement one. So just pop the belt on. Just make sure there's no little bits left over. So right here we've got a little bit of the wheel still in there, the cog, which we need out. Just pop the new one in. Put the belt over there, over the spindle. And that little tab to seat it back in. And as you can see, that's freewheeling now. I'll just bend the tray back, slightly bend it past these two little retaining pins that are sticking out here, and you should feel it all then start to slide back into place. Make sure you hold this bottom. Make sure you hold this bottom tray up as well as you slide it all back in. So just make sure that's lined up in there. That one's not lined up, that's why we're not going back in. Just line that pin there, and that pin there, and you should be able to slide the tray back in and then clip the front panel back into place while you're at it at the same time. It's just a power button to stop it. There we go. Back on. What we'll just do while we're at it is just clip the front panel off here and just, oh, they've actually glued it in, and just try and remove this silly little front piece. I do have some spare fascias for these machines anyway, so I can always just pop a different fascia on. So we just at least remove it. So it's not as obvious that it was broken. Like I say, I do have some spares of these, so I will swap it over off video. But for the moment, just so we can put the machine back together and test it's working, we'll just put the clip back in there. So before we put all the screws and everything, we'll just have a quick check that we are actually working. So what we need to do is need to pop this clamp back on. So as I mentioned earlier, there's a little spring that just hooks back onto that pin, and then that just goes like so and clamps down into place. And then I've put the power back on, we should be able to test it. And as you see, it opened nicely there. And then you have to push the play button on these to get them to do something. And there we go, it's playing. Don't think it likes this disc. Oh yeah, because there's lots and lots of poop all over it. It's actually quite nice, this machine. It's still got the original factory plastics over it that's not been peeled off. That's quite nice. But there we have it, that machine's working nicely now. We just need to pop it back together. So it's just a reverse of before. We're just putting these torque screws back in. 3 along the top, 2 underneath, and then the case screws. What we will do with this machine, while we've got it here, just put the disc out and just give the lens a quick clean. It does look clean already, to be perfectly honest. It does look nice and shiny. It doesn't look dull or faded or anything. But we will just give it a quick clean. Just give it a quick little clean. Continue to put these other screws back in along the bottom. There you go, all working. Another machine saved from the tip. That'll help you rescue your old Marantz or Philips-based CD player. Please like and subscribe, and see you again soon. Thanks for watching.